My name is Šarūnas Brūzgis. I'm an economist in the European Investment Bank, and I happen to be also a coordinator of the Target Technical Assistance Facility, and it's my pleasure to present it for you today. What is Target? Yes, so on the menu for our today's lunch is Target. It's a relatively new technical assistant instrument created together jointly by the European Commission and the European Investment Bank. As you can see, it's only created at the end of 2021, so it's basically been just 2 years. But we are learning to walk as a technical assistant instrument. Yes. Nevertheless, I mean, what it is. First of all, I think it is important to mention that it is free of charge for the beneficiaries. So basically, all our beneficiaries receive the support free of charge. The support is advisory support. What does it mean by advisory support? And this is often a question that, first of all, we don't provide any funding. So I think we have to be very clear from the beginning. So this is not an instrument to finance projects. We don't provide any funding. Nevertheless, we can support project preparation, and basically, Target is focusing on the project preparation. The two main areas where we work, as you can see here, and I'll present a bit in more details later, it's clean energy and energy efficiency. And geographically, we are limited to so-called coal regions in transition, so or coal plus regions, so coal, peat, and oil shale regions within the European Union. So the support is provided by the dedicated EIB team. So it's basically EIB expertise available for you free of charge to support your project preparation. Depending on the type of the assignment that we have, depending on the project, depending on the need, we can also hire external experts. For example, when there is more specific local information is needed, when the information is needed on the ground, let's say more local knowledge is required, so we can then have a possibility to hire external experts. Now, what support we can provide, what we work on, and maybe just one side note that I will do now a bit of a more general presentation of the instrument, and later on during the discussions we can go into more details, and I will be happy to hear all your questions as well. So, what are the support activities that Target can provide? As mentioned, this is advisory services. Each our assignment is individual because your needs are individual. So we tailor each of the assignment, let's say, to the specific needs of each individual project. And yeah, we can call it a menu. This is some of the activities in principle. I mean, we try to group them what we can do. Normally, we target ourselves or position ourselves from the very early stages of project development. And that's why the very first activity is identification, or the other word could be scoping of the project. So basically what we can do, we can, working together, we can help you to scope the project to be eligible then for grant financing, for the loan financing, you name it. Then basically, again, based on the experience that we have in the bank and working with the different regions in the different countries, we can provide guidance. We can provide guidance on the sources of funding, sources of the technical assistance available. But mainly the idea is to improve the project quality so that it aligns better to the EU objectives, to your objectives, first of all. And of course, then bring projects to more mature level so that then the project either can apply for funding or can apply, for example, for further support from the other technical assistance instruments. Another point which is also important is capacity building. I mean, not that it's specifically goal of the assignments that we have for capacity building, but what we always try to do is we try to share the experience that we have, that we gain working on the different projects, and basically these are normally organized in such a way that I usually put it in two main points. So one point is basically working together with you. I mean, during the discussions, we share their experience. We try to suggest, to guide you. On the other side, I mean, if necessary, we can also organize dedicated events, for example, some webinars, seminars, you name it. And so again, what the main idea would be to share the experience, or to improve the capacity. Then one already mentioned, I mean, preparation of projects also for support from other EU technical assistance programs. Only in the bank we have several other instruments. We have Jaspers, we have Elena, we have investment, we have innovation fund, etc., which also provide technical assistance. So if, let's say, if we see that our support is not sufficient for the project to be able to apply for funding, or or further work is necessary, further technical assistance is necessary, we can also help to apply for basically handhold the project for further support from other EU technical assistance programs. And we have a number already of examples where we start the work under one instrument, for example, Target, then we continue under the other technical assistance instrument until the project is ready to get financing. One other area of support, so that we not only focus on the support for individual projects, but support could also be provided, for example, for public authorities in developing project pipelines. So, for example, scoping of a number of projects, creating a project pipelines, assistance in prioritizing the project pipeline, creating a project pipeline. That is also a support that we can do. As mentioned, I mean, support is provided. It's a very tailor-made approach. So each assignment is individual because it depends on your needs. Yes. So what you need, I mean, within certain limits, we can try to provide support into. A bit about eligibility. So first of all, I've already noted that we are geographically limited. Our support can only be provided for entities based in the so-called Coal Plus regions, as defined under the EU initiative for coal regions in transition. These are not exactly the same as the just transition regions, but so geographically it is supported for those regions. If you have questions, if your region does qualify or not, please don't hesitate. Contact us afterwards and we will be happy to clarify. In terms of the potential beneficiaries, basically anybody can be our beneficiary. It can be regional local authorities, project promoters, both public and private, can be energy communities. So the main idea behind this is that what we always ask is that the beneficiary would be actually the one who would be able to implement the project, so that it's not some third party not related to the project, just willing to have some information about the project. No, so we always focus so that the entity that we're working on will be actually the one who would be able to implement the project. Otherwise, you know, all the work can go wasted if, let's say, simply we have the wrong beneficiary. Eligible areas, so energy efficiency and clean energy. Couple of general examples. If we talk about energy efficiency, we can talk about energy performance of buildings, of public or residential buildings. We work a lot also on the heating, cooling modernization, district heating projects. Could be as well smart grids. Another area, clean energy, whatever is related to clean energy. We had examples working with the battery storage. We have now new projects with the power and heat production from renewable energy sources. We work also with the energy community. The only point here that we only work with so-called clean energy. So we cannot support the projects that are based on the fossil fuels. Briefly about, yes, value proposition. So as mentioned, we work with the district heating systems. We have internally decarbonisation guidelines. We start with reviewing the current systems, identifying the, for example, decarbonisation options, the ways to go, so potential sources of the renewable energy. We can do multi-criteria analysis of the options and advice on the preparation of the plans. But these are just some of the bullet points, let's say, what we can do, not necessarily a finite list. Another area, and I know I'm running a bit out of time, renewable renewable energy. So, for example, here you can see specifically support for the potential support for the renewable energy communities. So we have supported developing business models, preparation of the business plans. We can help prepare investment projects and provide capacity building. Energy efficiency, of course, a very important topic. So we can help municipalities to prepare plans for the renovation of the buildings, identify, let's say, pipelines, help prioritize those pipelines based on the multi-criteria analysis, provide further guidance and capacity building through the trainings. And yes, one other just a topic which is what one might say a hype now. So hydrogen projects. So we can also help support preparation of the hydrogen projects, help evaluate the viability of those projects. And then the very last slide from my side. Yes, so the application procedure, we can talk it a bit later in more details. It's pretty straightforward, simple. First of all, what we always ask is just contact us at target@eab.org. Yes, so then the application form normally is filled jointly, and the final decisions is then made by the European Commission.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for the kind invitation. I'm happy to here with you today. Sharon has told and shared a lot of useful information about the target. Now, in my presentation, I would like to focus on the practical side of this. So I would like to share with you a practical example. As it was said before, my name is Zsuzsa Piskóti Kovács. I work as a head of COA Commission Secretariat. You can find us in Eger, in Hungary, in the heart of the northern Hungarian core region. And this secretariat was established at the Károly Catholic University. Here we are responsible for the development and the implementation of the stakeholder engagement strategy of the region. And at the beginning of our work, we did a stakeholder mapping to identify the key stakeholders of the just and the green transition. And this is how we got in touch with the local district heating system company in Eger. It is called EPAH. And I would like to share some key information about them. This district heating system has a 73 megawatt installed capacity, and it provides heating for 20,000 residents. And it is based on natural gas, and you can find it in a very densely populated area. Fortunately, the management of the EPAH is very proactive, and they are committed to satisfy the criteria of the efficient district heating system, which is a challenge for this company. They have a challenge with the increasing carbon dioxide quota prices. There is a decreasing heat demand because the isolation of the buildings. And there are also challenges with the financing of the new investments. Next slide, please. And this is the reason because that why they made this decision, that they asked for some help, and the target could be a good solution for this. And now in the slide, you can see the whole process from the application, from the starting point until the implementation. Now, I would like to pay your attention for some important points, because the first thing that you have to determine very clear the determination of your challenges. It is crucial, and it is very important for the target experts as well, because if you are aware clearly with your challenges, this is how the experts can provide you help. So after that when we determine the challenges, we could begin the development of the draft application form. And it is very important, it was mentioned by Sharonas as well, that it is happening with the full support of the experts from the European Investment Bank. It is a very simple application form, no lengthy application form. It is very practical, the bureaucracy is manualized, and you enjoy the full support of the experts. There is no confusing paperwork, so it is very good part of this if of this. After that, we could begin the finalization of the application form, and we get in the next step of the process, the contracting period. And I can say that between the determination of the challenge and the first letter to the European Investment Bank until the contracting, it took around 2 months. So I can say that it is a relatively rapid process. I can say that. And after that, we could start the project implementation. I didn't mention that what kind of help we asked from the target. We, as we said, that we need help with capacity building, because the experts, the practitioners there at the EPAH, at the district heating system, they don't have enough time to read a lot of literature, the newest stories of this topic. This is the reason why we asked some capacity building activities, the support for preparation of individual projects, and guidance during the early stages of project preparation. Next slide, please. The first important moment of the implementation was the study visit of the experts from the European Investment Bank. It happened in May last year. And it was a very important point of the implementation, because it provided opportunity for the experts to meet the local stakeholders of this story. So they didn't just meet the beneficiary, the EPAH, but the other relevant actors like the local forest management company as well. And based on these observations, they could create a site visit note, which was crucial to create the first guidance note, how to support the decision making on the selection of renewable energy sources for the EPAH. And it provided the opportunity to begin to work on the longer term plan for district heating system decarbonization. After that, based on these documents, they could create the identification of the clean energy options for the analysis. A more detailed guidance note also was made. And now we are in the next step. We'll receive the multi-criteria scoring of the potential options for the district heating system, which makes it ready to fulfill, which will involve recommendations how to fulfill the efficient district heating criteria. Next slide, please. And I would like to show you the benefits of this assistance. I guess that it is very important to emphasize that regarding to the application form, so in the first stage and the implementation, the bureaucracy is minimalized. So I guess it is very important for the practitioners because they don't have time for wasting, and this is the reason why it is a very useful support for them. We enjoy the full support of experts, so we can bridge the capacity gap of the practitioners at the company, and it provides a high level flexibility, as it was mentioned before, that the support is tailored to the need. And thank you. And it is very realistic. It means that the experts have very widespread knowledge, but they recommend they provide advice and suggestions which are based on a real ground. I can say that. So this is very realistic, and this is another advantage, that the facility is free of charge for the beneficiaries. So it is very useful for the beneficiaries. And I would like to encourage all of you to begin think about this opportunity, regardless. So, however, if you have an issue with the language barrier, it is managed also in the framework of the project, so it cannot be an excuse for your relevant stakeholders for this opportunity.